Good morning, friends. Today we are going to discuss on a topic called improving quality education in the schools under state governments in all over India. So, what are the methods? What are the factors we are going to adopt? This is a suggestion that depends on the Ministry of Education in all the states. Some of the states have already implemented this and they are among the highest in India. When we talk about 1 to 10 states in India, already it is listed. Tamil Nadu being number 1, Kerala number 2, and likewise, they have adopted some of the formulas, and because of that, they have become pioneer states in the field of education. And the same thing is to be should be adopted by all the states in India, in union territories, with some of the modifications to have higher quality of education, especially up to class 12th. It can start from class 1. So, improving, I am Lal Mohan Rajak, author cum motivational speaker, and a professional freelancer, soft skills trainer. Improving the quality of education in state, government schools in India requires a multifaceted, a multifaceted approach that addresses various challenges. Here are some strategies to enhance the quality of education. Number one is infrastructure development. Upgrade school facilities including classrooms, laboratories, libraries, and sanitation facilities. Introduce digital classrooms with access to computers and the internet to support modern teaching methods. Now, the second factor is the step is to be taken is teacher training and recruitment. Provide regular training programs to improve teachers' subject knowledge and teaching methodologies. Offer competitive salaries and incentives to attract qualified teachers to rural and underserved areas. Focus on continuous professional development to keep educators updated with the latest instructional techniques. The third step is factor is curriculum relevance and community engagement. Integrate vocational training and life skills into the curriculum to prepare students for future careers. Adapt the curriculum to reflect local culture, languages, and needs. Foster community engagement through parent teacher associations, school development committees, and local involvement. The fourth one is adaptive learning technologies. Implement adaptive learning platforms that provide personalized learning paths tailored to individual student needs. leverage technology to enhance student engagement, increase attendance, and reduce dropout rates, monitoring and evaluation, establish feedback mechanism to continuously improve school performance, use data driven approaches to assess educational programs and make informed policy decisions. The next is government initiatives and policies. Implementation of policies like the National Education Policy 2020, which emphasizes holistic development, critical thinking, and vocational training. Leverage government initiatives like Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, Midday Meal Scheme, and Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan to improve access and quality education for all. Now, the additional recommendations could be increase investment in education to improve infrastructure and resources, implement policies to increase access to education for marginalized communities, such as scholarships and transportation initiative. Focus on early childhood care and education, aiming to achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy in primary schools. I'm Lal Mondajak, author, cum motivational speaker, and freelance soft skills trainer. So, friends, we are going to talk about how we can think of improving the quality of education in the state government run schools from class 1 to class 12th. Now, starting with this, already I have explained some of the factors which are to be implemented, adopted, applied. But what is the difference? Take example of one of the best school in India up to class 12th. What are the amenities, what are the facilities there? And what is the difference between a school run by state government and a school run by a private sector, that is public school or international school? What is the difference? Same thing when we go to America or any other nation, those are developed nations in the world, they have area wise. In a particular area, there will be a public school run by government, and that those schools are better than any international school in India. Why? The government has emphasis on the basic training system for the youths and the children. For any nation, the asset, the future, the chief resource is the lot, which is called children, adolescents, and youths of any nation up to the age of 25 years. Starting from third year, 3 years of age, up to 18th years of age, you have to give them the best of knowledges, best of education. And if that is missing, no country can be developed. And it is already given, planned, discussed in United Nations organizations when in 2015 they decided to implement 17 point programs in all over India, all over world, you can say, by the developing countries and underdeveloped countries. The formulas which are adopted already by the developed nations. And when we talk about Finland, the most developed nation educationally, where the education is given the topmost priority, unless we have that, and that is to scientific temperament development. We cannot talk of any other thing except the scientific temperament development. And those nations are among the developed nations. If we in India want to have listed in the developed nations, we have to first think of merging the Anganwadi with the schools like any other CBSE affiliated English medium school. We cannot have separate entities where we cannot have guarantee of quality. Government is already investing a lot already. In my previous lectures sessions I have explained, governments are spending a lot of fund on education. But why the education is not being qualitative, upgraded, and the students from the state government schools are not able to, majority of the students are not able to compete with the students of the private schools run by the private sectors in India. Although the payment of the private schools teachers are lesser than the teachers of the government schools. Still, why are we not able to improve the quality of the education in the government schools? And one thing is to be kept in mind that more than 60% of the population of India is residing in rural areas where we do not have efficient, qualitative private sector schools like CBSE affiliated 10 plus 2 or 10th class English medium schools. Wherever they are not able to maintain the quality, even they are inferior than the students of the government schools. So government schools are always there. In a panchayat, if you go, you will have 4 or 5 primary schools. In each tola, in each mahalla, you will have in ward, you will have Anganbadi, and then 1 or 2 schools will be up to class 8th and maybe one up to 10th. Otherwise, in a area of radius 3 to 5 kilometer, everywhere you will find one 10 plus 2 school. But idea is that let us have quality enhancement in the state government run schools in India. How can we do it? So the basic difference in the between the government schools and the private schools is the quality of computer education, utilization of internet, and these both are related with one language that is called English. That means apart from having science and social science subjects, English, computer, and internet. These three things are the most vital things which are to be implemented in all the government schools in rural and urban areas. In urban areas, already we have a lot of educational institutions run by private schools, private organizations, and there the government schools are having qualitative teachers because the teachers who reside in cities they prefer to work in the government schools near or around or in the city areas. Scarcity is in the rural areas in the schools run by state governments. So what can we do? We can have one thing that any one organization or a setup organization, all the organizations will not be able to do it because they will have a clash of interest. So let us have one organization trusted, run by the honest people who have the vision, mission, and goal to have quality education for all in all over India. Already through one of the organizations in India called All Round Social Development Association registered in Delhi, of which I am the national convener for all over India. We are already making awareness programs, Google Meets, webinars, seminars to implement Vision India 2040 quality education for all from class 1 to class 12th. Once we are able to enhance the quality of education from class 1 to class 12th, everything will be possible because after that, the students, once they become studious, They know how to do self study. They know how to improve their personality. They have knowledge of English, mathematics, computer, science. That means science, technology, engineering, English, and mathematics. They are going to enhance, and this is what happens when the students come out from public schools, the best international and public schools in India. So that is the formula has to be adopted in the government run schools. But the government run schools will do or not, it is up to the teachers, the principals, the people, those wards, those children are studying in the schools. The example of a village, a panchayat, there the teachers are there, environment is to be created. I'll give you one example of one panchayat. I have been very closely related to that. In 70s, one private school, two rooms school was set up by the village people to have education for their children in that area and around. One person with his colleagues he started. Two rooms building was constructed and school inspector was requested to appoint one teacher. He agreed upon and he wrote letter to the government and one teacher was appointed there. Up to class 5th, school was running and it was supported by the teachers in the village, those who were qualified and were able to teach up to class 5th. Teachers supported the parents of that village. They came forward. They did everything what could be done, and the school was affiliated to the government of that particular state. Then what happened? The students were able to do good, and they even went to the Navodaya Vidyalayas. Some of the students were after later on it was upgraded to 8th class and the number of teachers was increased. Today, that one particular village where approximately 30 plus houses are there from one community of downtrodden classes, deprived classes, that has become one of the most developed village in not only that state but in India. The students from there are IITians, doctors, lawyers, teachers, defense personnels, experts, and the students are working not only in India, they are abroad also. That has become one of the most developed village in India. Likewise, we have so many villages. In UP, we have one village where more than 47 IS IPS are there. 70% of the youths are there IS IPS. Likewise, in Bihar, we have one place, one area where every year we have 20, 15, 30 even. Last year it is, this year it is 40. IITians are produced through quality education and they all are studying. Most of them study in the schools run by the state government. So we have advantages in the government run schools where the students, the parents are not required to pay fees and the lunch or one time meal is also available up to class 8th. But the parents, the teachers, the bureaucrats, officers have to think of how to improve the quality of that school. So the basic amenities are to be, the schools are to be associated with why there is a high number of dropout after 8th class or after 5th class, especially for the girl children, where we do not have, in most of the schools, we do not have sanitation facilities, libraries, computer rooms, laboratories. So these are to be developed. One of the state I had opportunity to discuss with or advise to the education minister. Now he is no more, the former education minister of one of the state. He agreed upon the formula what my organization under my presidentship was given to him. He told that coming next, it was before Corona. So he told that he is going to put this plan. The idea was to have one model school in each district, maybe two, maybe in each subdivision. I suggested for one model school up to class 12th, English medium, CBSE pattern in each block, and approximately 80 model schools were already developed, and the idea was already working, was in pipeline before I gave him this suggestion. But that suggestion worked, and already the program was in pipeline, was implemented, and that state is having more than 500 10 plus 2 CBSE affiliated schools run by the private organizations, and one of the best state in India up to class 12th English medium school. So state government schools are doing well. 9th and 11th, 12th teachers are highly qualified. They are selected by the state commission, that is uh, in one of the state what I am telling. They follow the NCRT syllabus as it is followed in CBSE schools. So that has changed the fate of the state. The people have become from the public schools, already they are doing, but especially in administrative services, teaching services, police services, where English language is not a barrier, State Public Service Commission has opportunity has given opportunity to the students to write in their own language, that is in Hindi. They wrote examinations in Hindi and they became SDOs, DPS, DSPs, and likewise they are in a very good position now, and those students are from the rural areas. Likewise, it can be done in all the places. Take example of Tamil Nadu, where up to master degree education is almost free. It can be confirmed from the resources. Why? The state government has given a lot of emphasis on educational development. So up to master degree, and not only that, all the private institutions there, they help the poor students to have professional degrees, because in Kerala, what I have heard, that 10% of the seats in all the private institutions are reserved for the economically poor section people. So, and moreover, the fees in the private professional institutes are also lesser for the people, for the students in that particular state or area. So, likewise, after 10 plus 2, they go for the professional degree courses, whether it is in government or in private sectors. They are able to do it with less money, and they are placed better. So, likewise, it can be done in all over India. In all over India, up to class 12th, I think all the states have ample, a lot of schools available in all the states. Only one thing is that we have to improve that the quality of the education from class 1 to class 12th. So, what can be done for this? We need three teachers, those who are to be those who are to be uh, you can say borrowed from the states or the places where already we have efficient teachers in from the Kerala, from the South Indian states. We have very good teachers from northern states also. We have very good teachers in English. We need good teachers who are having command over English in written, in reading, writing, comprehension. That one thing, because the basic difference in the state run schools in South Indian states and rest of the country's states, that is a lack of English language. Knowledge of English is, of course, people are able to understand, but spoken English is going to have impact, writing, and likewise. And that is what is advantage in the public schools in all over the country because they have English spoken teachers, and we cannot deny that English has become a global language now, and that has strength to have employment for the students, for the youths in all over the world. Those who have knowledge of English, computer, internet, they rule in the field of employment. So, this is what we have to do three subjects that means IT, information technology, use of internet. Second is computer science, knowledge of computer. And the third is, that is number one actually, knowledge of English from nursery. Anganbadi is to be merged with the primary section schools where the student should not go to the Anganbadi, they should directly go to the school. And each panchayat should have one 10 plus 2 CBSE pattern English medium school in all over India run by the state government. State governments have different boards, but if curriculum is adopted of CBSE, everything will be possible as one of those, maybe more states are following the NCRT book. Up to class 8th, some of the schools in private schools also, people try to have their own syllabus, on books. That is actually costly. So, if NCRT, a government of India, can do one thing, lot of, that is maximum number of NCRT books are should be available. But now it is possible. Why? Because already we have digital books available in the form of apps and in internet it is available, so that can be downloaded and the students can read. So problem of NCRT books availability is not no more a problem. Only one thing, that all the state run government school should follow one curriculum, that is CBSE pattern. If they are able to do that, that is what is being done in all over the nations which are highly developed. Very less people are compelled to send their children to the private schools. And the private schools there are so costly that everybody cannot afford. In India, it is abundant, but the quality is not maintained. Already we have infrastructures, only modifications is to be done. Classrooms are there, laboratories are to be developed, libraries are there, but that quality is to be developed. We can have Bachelor of Library Science, Master of Library Science teachers, and the qualitative teachers. The teachers once selected through competitive examinations. After that, they are uh, not given proper training. At least once in a year for 15 to 20 days, they should be given orientation classes centrally, at least in the district headquarters, and the motivators, the counselors in district levels should be appointed so that weekly once they can visit one area, they can have one region for that. Let us have one block. In one block, they can have one seminar hall and they can have discussion with the teachers, the principals, and again, a number of motivators and counselors are to be developed through training, teaching, and motivation method. And they can go to the schools, they can look after, they can guide the children, they can guide the teachers also. And likewise, the education, quality of the education in the state run schools can be improved like the private schools in India. This is what I wanted to tell, the way, the method of enhancing the quality education in the state run. schools in all over India. Thank you so much. I am Lalman Rajak, author come motivational speaker and freelancer soft skills trainer.